everyone, and welcome to the fifth part of the Modern Farmhouse speed build. I saw a lot of you wondering how many parts there will be, so now I can answer that question finally. I know fully. And there will be 7 parts in total, so there's 2 more coming after this one. I think you're gonna see this video on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, although I'm not sure at all. I'm currently recording this on the Thursday evening, so I still haven't fully planned out my uploads as I have other videos coming out, other speed builds that I needed to post a long time ago. So, yeah, that just includes basically this build and the Dutch Colonial, because I know that you guys have been waiting for those for forever. And honestly, my apologies for taking too long. I've already kind of explained why I was gone and what happened really. I guess I can kind of repeat myself. So to basically sum it up, I was planning to post a lot more last week, and I did manage to post on Sunday evening, but then on Monday, I got sick out of the blue. Thankfully, it was not COVID, so yes, I am fine. But yeah, that did really delay the whole uploading process for me, and I lost my voice to the point where I couldn't even speak. So yeah, it was very weird to not speak for 2 days. Honestly, let me tell you guys, it was so weird. I'd never want to lose my voice again. Just no. I mean, I still tried speaking to my family members and stuff, but it was tough. It was definitely tough. And I also love how I'm actually procrastinating from doing homework, by recording this voiceover. So good for you guys, and well, it sucks for me because I'm gonna be in so much pain in a few hours. I actually have a lot to catch up with my Blender class. I do have a Blender class. That's a fun fact, and am I excited for it? Absolutely not. Currently we're animating stuff right now, and it's kind of like Bloxburg basic shapes, but just a tiny bit more difficult. And the thing is, it's I don't know anything about the commands. It's so hard for me to memorize them, because with Bloxburg, I remember all the hotkeys, so it's definitely not as hard. But with Blender, oh my god, you have way more possibilities, and that can make things so tricky. So I'm just, honestly, don't mind me ranting. This probably won't be the last time I'll mention Blender in this voiceover, so I guess be prepared, and I'm sorry if it does annoy you a bit. But I guess I can try to talk about what I'm working on, since in the last voiceover, the part 2 of the Dutch Colonial, I really didn't do that for long. I remember just mainly talking about my own life and trying to update you guys on what has been going on and stuff. So I think I should probably talk a bit about the build itself a little bit more. I'm sure even though you've heard a lot about the build, since it's literally the 5th part of this speed build, I can still mention a few facts that you probably didn't hear, I remember these carpets being so annoying, because every single time I rejoined they would shift. And yeah, a really easy fix for that is just to make sure that they're always at a 90-degree angle, and I did not know that, and I was like, why does it always keep switching? And it was just these 2 carpets. I thought I was going crazy. Honestly, let me tell you, I thought I was going crazy, but turns out it was just, it's the way the game works. That's very weird, but hey, I shouldn't be really complaining, because, it's not an in-game feature. We don't have floor decals as an item yet, so, we're kind of already cheating the system a bit. So why am I complaining? But obviously I do want it easier for me, so I kind of do see myself complaining, but I need to stop, because I do that a bit too often. I realize that I don't appreciate the work that's been put into the game itself, and I think that a lot of players on Bloxburg should do that, because I know that the devs work extremely hard to make sure that we're happy and satisfied with all updates, and sometimes they don't really get that treatment. As unhappy as we might be, it's still, I think, the right thing to do would just be, respect their work. As I know that they spent probably a lot, long hours just doing all the items, and also making sure that everything is functional, that all the in-game systems are working. It's a hard job. Honestly, I'm thinking about it, and I don't see myself making a game because of how hard it is. Well, actually, never say never, but not anytime soon. I've seen a couple of you actually suggest me to build on Blender, and I would be lying if I said that that idea hasn't crossed my mind. But on the other hand, I love Bloxburg so much, I feel like it would be very hard for me to move on from it. And, well, it's just, Bloxburg is so simple to use now, you know, it's like, I know all the hotkeys, I'm lucky enough to, like, know all the tricks and stuff, so I feel like I'd have to, you know, learn everything again in Blender, and I have no idea how long it would take me. But I have seen a few builders switch to Blender, and I saw them being very successful, which makes me really happy for them. But anyway, talking about the build a little bit more, right now I'm currently working on the kitchen, as you can tell, and in the tour of this build, I mentioned that the kitchen itself is highly inspired by the McGee home kitchen. It's so pretty. Shaded. Oh my god, wait. I cannot speak. Literally, I was struggling to speak yesterday, and I'm struggling to speak today. So if I mispronounce something, I am sorry. I'll try to correct myself immediately. And I am too lazy to cut those parts out, so just bear with me today, will you? Thank you. But anyway, Shay did such an amazing job on the real-life kitchen. I didn't want to copy it one-to-one, but the layout is very similar. Although I tried to go for like a different island with different kitchen stools and stuff to still add some touches of my own, you know, so it's not like a complete copy. And of course, I made my stove, my signature. I feel like it's kind of becoming my signature stove. And I love that. And I also noticed that I put in a bin inside one of the counters, which now that I'm thinking about it, I usually don't do that, but I think it's like a really good thing to do for RP, obviously, because, you know, you can like act as if you're, you know, throwing something into the trash can. You can act as if you're throwing something into the trash can, just like in real life. Like, for example, the main trash can in my home is in our kitchen, right below the sink. So, you know, it's just, I feel like these touches sometimes add so much to like the whole RP experience that, you know, sometimes they're necessary, but I don't always think about it, which is the sad part, because I sometimes forget. And I mean, we all forget, and that's completely fine. But now you can just see me coloring everything. I still tried to make sure that nothing really stood out too much. Stood out? Yeah, stood out. I think that's the right way to say it. If it's not, correct me, please. But don't make fun. well, that's up to you. I think I said it the right way. I think I did. Also, I remember being very lazy with making new custom chairs. I just decided to reuse the ones from the backyard, which ended up having to go because plot data. I ran out of plot data, and yeah, that's why we only have them on the interior now, but they were on the outside before. And if you did buy the new plot data, like if you did buy more plot data after the update, you can, you know, just re-add those old chairs. You guys can improve this house quite a lot because of the new plot data improvements. I was very sad that I had to delete a few parts. And I feel like now you really don't have to delete the custom trees if you don't want to. Which is, you know, that's really nice. But if you don't have the extra plot data, then you might as well have to delete the trees at the front and stuff. Because I'm pretty confident that I did mention the fact that they'd get deleted, which is the sad part. And yeah. Wow, okay. I did the kitchen really quickly. I was not even expecting it. And now you can see me working on the pantry, I think. Oh, okay, never mind. I think I just put in a dishwasher. I'm really glad that I did this, but like I literally forget to add dishwashers so often. Almost in every single house of mine, I forget to add a dishwasher. And it's a very rare occasion for me to add one, actually. And I don't know about you guys, but I always forget them. So yeah, here's just me basically confessing. Why am I saying it as if it's a crime? It's not. Like, but you know, you can always just edit yourselves if you want to. And like I've seen so many of you just try to rebuild this house, which makes me so happy. I've seen a couple of TikToks, and I've also seen quite a few Twitter posts. When I see someone rebuild my house, like one of my houses, I try to like repost them and stuff. But if I do forget sometimes, I'm so sorry. Uh, like sometimes when I do see those builds, like it's at a very busy time when I'm like, at school or something. And like at school, I really open Twitter when I'm like bored, but then I scroll down for like 5 seconds and I close the app, which is partially why I haven't been the most active. So I also want to apologize for that. Like I noticed that I've been so absent from all of my social media pages. I feel so bad about it. And yeah, I cannot wait to get back into, Bloxburg once I'm back on my break. I mean, it's not that I left, it's just I really don't have as much time as I used to. And that's just because I've been taking so many tests and studying a lot, which it's so hard to balance everything. Which one thing I realized is that I cannot have a good balance in my life. I have to abandon something to do something else, which is, I mean, I guess that's like that for everyone. But yeah, for me, it's like extremely bad. But it's okay. Like it's fine. It happens. Yeah, I'm just excited to get back into it all. I mean, YouTube, obviously. I miss you all, and yeah, I've been seeing a lot of you wondering where I've been and where all the parts are. So, like as promised, I am trying to post each part of both of the builds before Christmas, and I think that I will be just fine. I think that I'll have all the builds out by then for sure. Yeah, I think I have only like 3 more voiceovers to record besides this one, which is really not that bad. Like it's good, I guess, that I don't have that much left. And yeah, and then you can also see this rug. I was having a few issues with it, as you can clearly tell. So I decided to paint it this color that's like very similar to the floor. That way it like all blends in. And I think that kind of helped with color balancing. Yeah, I think it did. I think it did personally. And then I also thought about making this like personal picture moment with like having the 6 frames on the wall. And once I changed all the pictures, it really did come together, and I was so happy to see it, all nice. And I remember asking my friend Fahida for like screenshots of her like favorite moments, screenshots from her favorite moments on Roblox, obviously, and she sent me a lot, and I just had a lot of fun like editing them all. It's so fun to see like how people played different games and how much fun they had and stuff. Like those screenshots, they like kind of tell a story, and it was so cool to like look at it all. And yeah, I also had like a similar experience with my friend Yuvan, because I basically came up with that personal picture idea while I was building the mountain suburban. So it's been kind of a while now. It's literally December, and the mountain suburban is almost 3 months old, which is really crazy. Actually, that is actually insane. How's it that old? Like the build, wow. I mean, to me, it probably doesn't seem that old because not that long ago I actually decorated it for Christmas. Well, no, not for Christmas, for winter. The Christmas update wasn't even out by then. And now it is. And actually, I have some exciting news that I'm not sure if all of you have heard, but I thought I'd still like share because it's so exciting for me, and I'm so thankful for the game developers for even like doing what they did. I made like a post on my community tab, so I saw that around 400 of you saw the post for sure. I know that there were probably more, but actually a lot of you were really supportive, and I want to thank you guys to whoever commented and said nice things. It really does mean a lot to me. But basically, Coeptus and Froggy both decided to use my build from July for the official Bloxburg thumbnail. So if you were to look at the current thumbnails of the game, you'd see that blue house in the background, which is one of my speed builds, and it's literally like one of the coolest things to have your speed build featured on one of the thumbnails. It means so much to me. And yeah, it's honestly crazy. Like that's probably the last thing I expected to ever see. It was just like, I was like, what? Honestly, till this day, it kind of feels like surreal. Like I still can't believe it's real. It's like so crazy. And then another thing that I'm extremely grateful for was there's this fun event hosted by one of my friends. I know that there's a couple of them who are like all responsible for the event, and so far it's been amazing. Maybe you've seen it on Twitter, but it's actually the BCAs. It's basically just like Bloxburg Community Awards, which is a very cool concept. And they're basically gonna get a bunch of creators in and give a lot of Bloxburg builders awards, and you know there are different nominations. It's basically just like an award show, and then you know the winners get announced during the show itself. It just works like every other award show. There was actually this award show a long time ago in the community. I think the first year that I did join the community, it happened, and it was the BIAs, and I really remember that event. I remember that event so vividly because I really started talking to one of my current best friends during that event. We got seated at one table, and that's just how we got close. And yeah, we haven't lost touch since, and it's been a crazy ride. And I know that if it wasn't for the BIAs, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now. And yeah, and like I am so excited to see that there's a similar event happening again, because I thought that there would be one, I think last year, but it didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen. But hey, there's one happening this year. It's actually this Saturday, and for those interested, I think it's gonna get streamed on YouTube, or there's gonna be a video made on it. So yeah, I'm really excited. So far, I've gotten one nomination, which is Best OG Builder, and obviously, I really want to thank the BCA's team for even considering to nominate me. And yeah, I am so excited for the event. I'll probably be attending it, so I'm sure I'll talk about it once it's done. It's actually this weekend. And I just have a busy weekend in front of me, let me tell you. I have a lot of exciting things going on, so I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen, but I know that I will be so tired once the weekend's over. It's gonna be painful, but that's just a headache for another day, you know? I love saying that. But yeah, back to building a bit. As you can probably see right now, I'm working on the kitchen, and I noticed that I didn't have enough space to put like a microwave in the kitchen, so I decided to put it in the pantry, and I think that's like a really good solution. If you see that you're not gonna be able to add some appliances, you can always just shove them in the kitchen, and it will work. It will always work because it's a pantry. They don't have, and if you make it look nice, then it's gonna be amazing. I feel like people really appreciate nice pantries these days, and I thought of this like very cool feature that I could do, and I was so happy that I did do it. But sadly, during the tour, the fridge wasn't filled up well. So like the cool feature is basically like a walk-in fridge for like vegetables and stuff, and like other stuff that you might keep in the freezer. Actually, my main inspo I think was just the idea was like Kim K's house, because she has something like this in her house. But like of course she does, because she's Kim Kardashian. But yeah, I saw that, I was like, wait, I need to make that in Bloxburg, and so I did, and here I am doing it, and honestly I was kind of happy with how mine turned out, but I do think it would look much better if it was all filled up. So I guess that's something that you guys are gonna have to do yourselves, but I don't think it's hard. It's really just I gotta organize whatever products you want to have, from fruits to like flowers, stuff. I actually love the new clutter items we got. With the update before this most recent one, I think it was like a kitchen clutter update, and we got the lemon bowls and stuff, and those are so cute, because before I'd make custom ones. Now I don't need to anymore, because there's just an in-game item, and it looks so good. It actually does. But in-game, I'm actually experiencing this like very small glitch, which I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing. I've talked to like a few of my friends, and all of them have said that they weren't experiencing this issue. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I really don't know what's going on, but basically the shading is messed up with lemons for lemons. As you can like probably see, they're really like dark, and they get black, and it's weird. I think it's an in-game bug. But it's like the further away you get, it just like basically becomes black, like a black object, and it doesn't look like a lemon. So I'm sure I'm sure it's like a fixable bug, but I'm just wondering if anyone else has been experiencing it, because I've been experiencing it for forever, and it's weird. It's very weird. I just, whenever I look at it, it makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes. I think you saw it on my screen today while I was working on the kitchen. And yeah, you just saw me finish the main living spaces. One thing that you might have to note is the fact that the living room color scheme will probably be redone, as I wasn't happy with it. I was just like, let me try making something nicer. And I did. But yeah, here you can see me making the doors. I just basically used gates as doors, and I think these gates look so nice. And they're fully like, usable stuff, which is like even crazier. And yeah, here you can see me making this like small reading nook. At first it was supposed to be the entrance to the basement, but I had to scrap that idea last minute because of plot data. I thought I'd have enough plot data, but I clearly didn't. So that's why you can see that huge like free tile wall gap, or like free tile gap in the wall. That was just basically meant for the staircase, but since like not doing the basement anymore, since I wasn't doing the basement anymore, I was just like, okay, let me just keep it. And I think it's like a perfect place for like a secret room if you want to add that. I was planning to do it, but when I was like working on it the last time, I ran out of time to do it, which was kind of unfortunate, I have to say. But it's okay. It is what it is. Things happen. And yeah, I remember wanting to add a blanket so badly, and I did, but it took me a few tries to get the blanket right. So sometimes the blankets don't always turn out nice, and if they don't, you just gotta keep redoing them until you like what you made. I just thought that mine was a bit like too thick, and that they aren't that thick usually. Well, they could be, but I feel like the skinnier ones just look better, if you know what I mean. The less big ones. The smaller the better, it just looks cuter in a way. I guess everyone has their preferences, but for me it does, and I added some books so you could read while you're like sitting here and stuff, and it's like an actual functional space, because it really is just a hallway, but it could also be functional if you really wanted to. And right now I'm really not sure what room I'll be working on after, whether it will be the hallway that you see through the arch, or if it's going to be the garage. Either way, I know what to say about both, so I guess we're just going to have to see in a second. You see, I remember what I did next, but I haven't worked on this build. Well, the last time I worked on this build, like I said, was a long time ago. Probably like a few weeks ago now. That was when I was setting up the house for Peetah to tour. Actually, I don't know if people, I don't know if all of you know it, but Peetah actually did tour the mountain suburban and this house for his subscriber tours, and I was so glad that he agreed. And the tour was so fun to make, and I'm so glad that he liked both of the builds. So yeah, I can link the video in the description for those of you who are interested, so it's going to be the first link in the description. I think I've mentioned it before, but I think I should probably just put it out there, just in case any of you are like interested and would want to watch it, because sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't, and if you don't, that's completely fine. But if you do want to watch it, it's going to be linked in the description. Let me actually just put that in my notes or reminders, that way I don't forget, because let me tell you, sometimes I forget things and I never get back to them. Can we talk about this problem that I have with like leaving people on scene on accident sometimes? Basically, I use Messenger, it's like Facebook Messenger, to chat with my real life friends. That's how we get in touch. I don't know, I find it the most useful. And yeah, sometimes my friends send me messages and I like listen to them, or like I see them and I'm like, oh wait, I gotta do this quickly before I respond, and I never end up responding, and I feel so bad afterwards, and I always apologize, and oh my god, it's so bad sometimes. I feel so bad for my friends, but at this point they're all used to it. So I guess it's really, well, it is bad, and I'm trying my best to fix it. And if I know that I won't be able to respond immediately, I usually just let people know. But there were a couple incidents when that didn't happen, and it could have gone better, But here you can also see me. Okay, so it was the hallway after all. But here you can see me actually do some more custom shelving. This room, I want this space to be just like a cute hangout area for the kids. Maybe not like a hangout area, but maybe like just a safe workspace where they could do their homework and something if they don't want to do it in their rooms. I think each room has a desk. Maybe not the guest room, but all the other like kid bedrooms have them. So, this house is really good for RP and stuff. So yeah, but if you really don't want to just do your homework in your bedroom, you can always come down and do it in this small little hallway, which I really love how it looks. I think what really makes me like it a lot is the little blanket on the farmhouse chair. I like to call those chairs farmhouse chairs because they're just so common. Like, at this point, you can probably find it at every other farmhouse. And I mean, like, 2 out of 3 modern farmhouses in the US probably have those chairs. I'm not even kidding. I mean, because they're just so popular. But, like, they are pretty, so I kind of understand it. But I do think that at the same time, they're a bit overhyped, but I still use them myself, so I don't know what I'm saying at this point. And I think I'll be doing the table in just a second. As you can see, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I think I'll be starting to put the blanket on the chair. I think it's probably not the first time I've mentioned this, but I really wish we had like an item, like a blanket item that would just automatically put itself onto things. Like, that would make things so much easier. I don't know, I'd love that. And like, I'd also love like a pillow item for sure. Like, there's just so many cool items that like I'd love to see in the game, but we sadly still don't have them. But maybe one day. I was never expecting to get like free camera mode in Bloxburg, and that's what we got. I've never expected to see the old water back, and that's exactly what we got. And yeah, I'm just really excited for like all the future updates that are gonna come to Bloxburg, especially like the next one. It's just really exciting because they've been stepping it up with their updates, and I love to see it. By they obviously mean Cooptus and Froggy. They've been doing amazing, and oh my god, I love the new updates so much. And I just want them to know that. I want them to know that. But while I'm working on the items in the shelves, I guess I could talk about some, I don't know, like kind of exciting updates in my life that have happened. So I'm basically in this program at my school, and they sometimes take students to just foreign countries for like a week. It's like an educational trip and stuff. And it's really interesting, and I actually signed up for this program earlier this year when the school year started. And yeah, they officially kind of like they didn't officially announce it yet, but there's a high possibility that I will be probably heading to Spain this February, and I'm just so excited. Obviously, because I wasn't I haven't been out of the country in a while due to COVID, and of course you have to stay responsible and everything. And I mean, right now I'm fully vaccinated, so yeah, I think it would be like a very fun trip to just do, because first of all, I miss traveling so much, and I think it would be so exciting to just go on that trip for a week. And it would be in the middle of the winter, which is like, well, February, it's kind of technically the end, but it's still very cold, especially where I live. Lithuania has cold winters and hot summers. It's just like, I guess I do like that because, you get to experience all seasons, and it's really nice. But sometimes you need a break from the snow and from the cold because, oof. So it's always like, it's always really nice to take these kind of trips at the end of the winter season. It's just like, so you get to experience the warm weather, sooner. So it's very exciting. So I guess these are like probably the most exciting news that I have. But like, it just, I don't know, like I feel like it's a great opportunity, and I'm just excited, and I feel like I'll definitely have like a few stories to tell from that trip. So you guys won't get to hear a lot, but of course that's still kind of like a thing that will happen in the future. I want to say the near future, but really it's just like in a couple of months. Of course, it's still cool to like plan it and everything. Yeah. Right now, and okay, well, I told you guys about this update. I actually finished up placing all the items, and I think all that's left is just for me to color it, and then I'll be done with this room, and I think I'll be moving on to, now the good question is, I don't know what I'll be moving on to. That is so embarrassing for me to say. But hey, my excuse is that I haven't worked on this build in ages, and I literally don't remember what order I did things in. Like, I remember general areas, but I don't remember, like, what I did. And, okay, honestly, I don't think anyone really remembers how they worked on their build from, like, 4 months ago. I think I worked on this, like, room at the start of September, which is, like, ages ago now. Honestly, it's around 3 months ago, so, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's so crazy how quickly this whole, like, season has gone by, for me at least. I haven't even noticed that 3 months have already passed, and like, it seems as if spring is just around the corner when it really is just one season away, which is winter. Well, obviously summer for my Australian subscribers. But like, it's just, wow, you know, time has been flying by so quickly. I don't know if it's just me. Actually, that's like something I'm wondering, like, am I the only one who really feels that time has passed by really quickly recently? Or no? And yeah, apparently I'm going to work on the garage next, as you can see. I started off with some shelving because I feel like a garage definitely needs like needs some shelves to like store all your boxes and like, you know, your Christmas decorations when you don't have them up on the house, you know. Also, another thing that I really want to talk about is the new Christmas decorations that we got with the newest update. Some of them are so cute, especially all of the lights. One of the biggest things I really disliked about, like, old lights and stuff is how bright they were and how much light they'd give off. And the new lights, they give off, like, the light doesn't, there's no light coming from them. So it's like, no matter how bright you make the lights, it won't make any difference, which is just amazing. It's like fairy lights, but the sad thing is that they're not going to stay there forever. They're sadly going to go away after this update, and I don't think I'll be able to custom place them, because right now there's a custom placement on those lights, but I think that once they're going to become a limited item, you'll only be able to place the item bit. How do I say this? Like, it can either be a custom item that you, like, you know, that goes from one point to another, but instead they're just going to make it like just like a regular light. I think we could use, I don't know if you guys remember how the string lights were before, but it's basically going to be just the same, which is kind of a bummer because those lights are so cute, and really they're only going to be functional during the Christmas time, which is a bit sad. So I might just keep the current house, my current Christmas build decorated for Christmas all year round. I don't know yet, but I really love the way those lights look, and I wish they were here to stay. Because, like, wouldn't that be cute for, like, all the aesthetic rooms? And I mean, not, like, the Bloxburg type aesthetic, but it's just, like, I mean, I'm talking about the fairy lights aesthetic. It's very popular on Pinterest, and I feel like it would be so cool to make those type of bedrooms. And actually, I was kind of, like, considering that idea, like, about, like, making a cute Pinterest-inspired apartment with, like, lots of fairy lights, and it's just, like, the very cozy bohemian vibe. I don't know, I feel like that would look very, very cute. I don't know, there's a lot of like styles that I haven't fully explored yet that I would like to try. But yeah, I guess I did mention I'm working on the city, so I feel like I'm probably gonna experiment with a lot of interior, like, not a lot of interior styles. Yeah, a lot of interior. What's going on? That I'm gonna experiment with a lot of interior styles in that build, so I'm just really excited, and I really cannot wait to show you guys the whole build. But you know, it's still very much a work in progress, and I have so many builds planned during the break, so I'm just hoping I'll have enough time to do everything. So far, I'm planning to have 2.5 weeks off from school, which is, for me, that's really a lot. My last break was only a week long, and that was right after Halloween. So I didn't even have a Thanksgiving break, which was very sad, honestly. because everyone had like Thanksgiving breaks and stuff, but we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, so it was not like an official holiday and stuff. So we still went to school, and I don't think a lot of people celebrate Thanksgiving here. Well, because it's like okay, from my personal knowledge, it's an American thing, but I actually don't really know if anyone else celebrates it. So let me just look it up. Who celebrates Thanksgiving? Who celebrates Thanksgiving? Oh, okay, it's only like a thing in the United States and Canada. It's actually so surprising that Canadian people celebrate it as well. I personally never knew that, so it's, but we all learn every day. Yeah, but I don't think any like European people really celebrate it. Well, unless you're like from the US, of course. But yeah, no, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving here. Well, we don't celebrate 4th of July either, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory as to why we don't do that. For example, in Lithuania, I think the equivalent to July 16th, not July 16th to July 4th is the 16th of February. That's when we got our independence. So yeah. And here you can see me deleting these custom trees that I made to replace with big bushes because plot data. Yeah, I remember saving a lot of plot data, and I got so much money back from deleting all those trees, which was very nice to see. But yeah, I remember this build being so expensive, but of course it's like a really big house, so like that's kind of expected in a way. So I was just like, I was just happy to see that I got some money back. And here you can see me redoing the pool. I think this was right after the pool update, and I was so upset that we just lost the beautiful water that we had, and instead I had to do it out of basic shapes. Which was like fine because like the river was already made out of basic shapes, but it still wasn't the same. And I was like, oh no, why did that happen? So yeah. But anyways, as you can just probably see in this clip, I fixed all the problems that I had with the house, which the first one was obviously plot data. I mentioned it already, and I don't think this was the first time I'm going to delete something for it. It was a very annoying on having to keep on deleting stuff to keep it and stuff. It's just, no. But hey, I don't think I'm going to experience that issue anymore. Okay, I might have just jinxed it, but I'm hoping that I won't. Plot data is so annoying sometimes, and oh my god, no, it can ruin things. Oh my god, no. Like, honestly, sometimes it can even ruin friendships because you're like building a city with friends and you do something more detailed and they get mad at you because you did do it. That may or may not have happened. Obviously, did not ruin any friendships, but yeah, I'm just saying, it could. Obviously, just a minor thing. Seriously, but like, I don't know, plot data, I hate plot data. Like, just building with a limit is so stressful sometimes. It's like, what if I'm gonna run out? And you gotta hold back from like doing everything you want because you're scared that you're gonna run out of things. Oh, and I get so worked up when I'm like ranting about something. It's so funny. Well, not really. But here you can see me just sprinting to the bathroom to change it to a mirror decal. I think I've also mentioned this before a couple of times, but the one thing that I think really just sucks out realism out of builds is the in-game mirrors. They're just the reflectiveness. It bothers me so much. Like, I'd much rather have a gray mirror than a blue one. Like, I don't know. And honestly, it would be just perfect if the mirrors were actually reflective, but I know how hard it is to code that, so honestly, it's completely fine that we don't have it in the game, but it would be an extremely nice feature, and I feel like it would make an entire update just because of that feature. Like, seeing your mirrors being reflective and stuff, how cool would that be, right? Like, am I the only one who would love to see that? Because I know I absolutely would. And as you can see, it was very indecisive with these tiles. I didn't know what to do. But I eventually just went with the safe option, which was just white brick tile. I mean, it always looks right. You can never go wrong with it. But of course, sometimes you want to like experiment and go, and just be a bit bold and do something different. So I always try to do that, but I was just like, let's not do that with this bathroom. And like all the bathrooms really look similar in this house. I think there's only like one or two that really stand out from the rest, which is obviously like probably the master bathroom. And then there's the very dark stone gray one at the top of the, well, like on the second floor. What? On this, just on the second floor. It's like right next to the platform bedroom and the twin bedroom. So yeah, it's that one. I really like how that one looks. I think it stands out from the house. It still gives off that like modern farmhouse vibe, if you know what I mean. But I think I'm about to work on the last room in this hallway. Like a room that's connected to the hallway, and it's gonna be the laundry room. I think I struggled the most with the laundry room in this house, and to be fair, I think it's one of my least favorite rooms in the house. Just because I didn't do exactly what I wanted to do, and the room was like, the layout of it was so odd, but I do like the dog bath and the idea of it. I just knew I had to include it when I like first remembered it and stuff. I think it's a very cute idea. Obviously, if there's like a person showering in that bath, it looks very stupid. You can actually like see Peetah doing it. It did not look right. I mean, let me tell you, it did not look right. But it's like a very cute idea, and I know that I know that my friend Float has done a few tutorials on like just like custom dogs. Like they're not like real animals, but it's kind of just like for decoration. But if you really want that, you could recreate that and put it in this house. Or you know, you could always just buy the UGC item for pets. I think those exist. I've seen someone wear, I think it was French roses, and they're really cute. So you know, there's a lot of ideas that you could like do for RPs and stuff. So I guess this dog bath could be functional if you really wanted it to. And yeah, on the other side of this laundry room, well, you know, on one side we also have the dog bath and the laundry machines, but on the other side there was just like a random cabinet with a farmhouse sink next to it. I think it looks fine, but like I said, I just wish I made it a tiny bit better. So I think laundry rooms are still something that I really need to work on when it comes to interior design. I think mine look a bit, or maybe it was just this layout. I honestly still don't know, like, if it's my skills that need some work, or whether it's just the layout that was very weird. And of course I tried to work with what I had, but I don't know. I think it was a mistake to put the laundry room in this specific room, and if anything, the room should have been bigger by at least, should have been probably just a bit wider, not bigger, but wider, because right now it's only 2 tiles wide, that's not enough. That is definitely not enough. Well, and as you can see, it like feels very cramped and small, but of course it's still like functional and stuff. So if you really did want to use it, you still could, you know? There's no one like saying you can't, and yeah, I made sure to make it functional, but when it comes to the way it looks, I just wish it looked a tiny bit better. But, you know, we all have different tastes, and I may not like it, but I know that there's a few of you that probably do, which really matters a lot to me, and I'm so happy that, you know, there's people who like different things. It's like so weird that like, I just keep on thinking about this sometimes. It's so weird that everyone likes different things. It's just like, wow, like I'm just fascinated by it, honestly. Sometimes I'm fascinated by the most random things, and it's just so funny to me. Or like, I've always been mind blown by the fact like how different interests work and stuff, and it's like so weird to me that people can be interested in different things. And it's like such a good feeling when you find someone who likes something that you do as well. And that can really boost like a friendship, you know? Just because you guys share something you like can really help you become good friends. And, you know, sometimes entire friendships are built over one activity. It's just that whole concept of friendship is so weird to me, but it's so cool at the same time. And, you know, like sharing stuff and having stuff in common with people is very important. And I never actually just really realized that, I guess. And yeah, I think I kept this tile as it is. I really wanted to use custom tile, in this house, because modern farmhouses, they have these patterns on the tile that are super cute. I think I used, okay, if I'm correct, this is the hexagon pattern, which is super cute. And I'm 95% sure I set that the right way. I'm gonna look it up just in case so I don't look like an entire fool. It is a hexagon. Look at me. You see? Look at me knowing my geometry. Um. Oh, I love. But no, do I really know geometry? Because I second doubt it. Like, okay, yeah, I had doubts about my knowledge. Anyways, but that's something that we're not gonna address because we just shouldn't. I actually took a test. I actually took a math test today, and I got 100. So I'm really proud of myself today, and it really boosted my mood. Sometimes I always said that you really shouldn't focus on grades, but they really do make your day when you get a good one. Like, they honestly do, but you just have to learn to not get bummed down or bummed when you don't get a good one. But, you know, I had my own experiences as well when when I decided to just go shopping when I got a really bad grade from chemistry. It helped me, again, but I don't encourage you to spend all of your money like me because that is not the right way to live. But do anyway. I just love shopping so much, and at this point, my closet is getting bigger and bigger every day. I just love ordering clothes online. I think I've said this before 100 times, but I actually treat school as a fashion show, and I have no regrets. Literally zero regrets. It's cool, you know. Like, I wanna dress nice, and it's such a huge compliment when someone says that I look good, and I'm like, oh, thank you. You know, it does make your day a bit, doesn't it? It does. It's the coolest thing ever. It really is. Well, for me, it is. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I really like when people notice that I'm like trying or something. It's amazing. So yeah, but I've been really like I've been really into like clothing and stuff. I find it really cool. Obviously, it's just probably because I want to like take care of myself and I want to look good, and I think I might be so like really passionate about this because, well, we obviously had quarantine, and that was like a time when I didn't really cared enough to dress up and, you know, look nice because like I was staying at home the whole time, and I realized that like sometimes I just do things, not for myself but for other people, and that's why I like going out and stuff because it forces me to take care of myself, which is very important. You know, for both your like looks and your mental health, which mental health is always more important than anything else. But yeah, I really shouldn't be drifting off topic now, should I? But yeah, we finished the what's it called again? The laundry room, right? And now I finally got to this home gym. The thing is, I rarely do home gyms, so for this home gym, I had to look at Pinterest for some inspiration. I found this black and white home gym, and I was like, okay, wait, let me do something similar, and I actually love the way it turned out. I think it looks pretty nice. It's pretty small. I think it's like, oh, the size is like okay-ish. It could be bigger, but I think it's enough for like a Bloxburg RP you might want to have and stuff. So yeah, there's that. I also added Treadmills because that's very important, and I think there's like the boxing thingy, the one that you hit. I know it has like a name, but I completely forgot what it's called, so sorry about that. And also, you can see me do these weights. I think I did them around the same time last year in my suburban mansion the first time, and I just remember how they would look, and they looked interesting. They did look interesting though. I still like remember to them to this day, and they were like I used the huge boxes when we couldn't resize them. And just right now I'm looking back and I'm like, what was I thinking? But of course that was like the only way to do them at the time, which things have changed so much in just a single year, which is so crazy to me. Like the amount of items we got, I didn't even expect to get half of the items that we did get. Like, I never expected to have custom furniture in the first place, which is like such a cool concept, and being able to resize paintings and basically like a lot of things. So yeah, and I'm also just hoping that we're gonna get more like painting frames and stuff. I'm also kind of like looking for new decals to upload. I feel like it's time. Because as a lot of you may know, I actually upload a lot of decals. It was just like really paintings I got from like interior design companies and stuff. I just do it so a lot of you don't have to do it yourselves, and yeah, like I feel like it's time, you know, it's time for some new ones. because I try to upload them like every 2 months or so, you know, to freshen up my own builds, and then, you know, for you guys as well. You know, why do I keep on saying you know? Sorry, I'll stop. It's like me saying like constantly, and now instead of like I say please. I do that in real life with like another Lithuanian word, but I don't think it's worth saying. But I do that. I don't do that just in English. I literally do that in every language, which is so funny to me. But it's okay. I mean, is it really? I guess it is. But yeah, I tried to cover up the glitched roofs with beams on both of the rooms. I realized I didn't use carpets in this one though, which is surprising, I have to say. Really is surprising, but I did use some carpets in the laundry room, so that's probably why you can't really see where the items are exactly, but I think it's still copyable. And yeah, oh right, it's the punching bag. Wow, that was so hard for me. Why was it so hard for me to remember? What is this? You see, maybe I'm just tired, which I think I am. And maybe that's a sign for me to get off right today, which honestly I was planning to talk for around 50 minutes anyways. So I think it's time for me to go, but I'll be working on the master suite for the rest of this video. So to those who are following the speed build, I wish you the best of luck. And well, if you did just stay around to listen to me, I appreciate you so much. And I cannot wait to see you in the next part, which will be part 3 of the Dutch Colonial. That will be the final part of that build, and yeah, it will be fully posted. So for those of you who want to celebrate Christmas at the Dutch Colonial, you'll be able to, and same with this modern farmhouse. But like I've said, most likely part 6 and part 7 are both going to be out next week, as I'm going to have a busy weekend ahead of me. I might have time to record one more video tomorrow, which obviously will be the part 3 of the Dutch Colonial, and then maybe if I'm lucky I'll have some time on Sunday, and if not, I'll definitely do it on Monday. So yeah, it's a busy weekend ahead of me, but I'm really excited for it all, and I cannot wait to share some stories. I'm sure I'll have some. So yeah, anyways, I'll probably be going now, but like I said before, thank you so much for staying around, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
In my head like a melody, laying back in this bed, playing back what you said, and it's not really helping me. Coming down from this high is a dangerous ride. I'm coasting, out of body floating, lost in my emotions. I've been spinning slowly, trying to keep my head above water. Then you go and pull me under. Crazy thing, I know I'm done for, stuck in this state of wonder.
빠지게 돼 I don't care 모든 것을 대해 전부 있게 돼 And I just want you right here with me 끝이 없이 우린 floating Lost in your deep oceans 깊이 스며가 slowly
Trying to keep my head above water Then you go and pull me under Crazy thing, I know I'm done for Stuck in this state of wonder Stuck in this state of wonder, yeah Stuck in this state of wonder Trying to keep my head above water Then you go and pull me under Crazy thing, I know I'm done for Stuck in this state of wonder Wonder Stuck in this state of wonder
I've been thinking about you lately and all the places that you could take me. Why you so shy? You got me going wild. Cause I've been saying that you got it, baby, give it to me. See my lightning, you gonna feel my thunder. Show me how you do it, come on baby, say it louder. Got you on my mind now, let me see your style. I'm on my way tonight, oh yeah, yeah. Cause I think about you, you. Cause I think about what I think about you.